What's happening, YouTubers? It's your boy CB, and we are back for my favorite segment on the channel, Huddle Watch Alongs with Recruits. On today's episode, for those of you guys that like pure athletes, I'm talking about guys that can get it done in all three phases of the game. You have clicked on the right video. 2027 athlete Jameer Cantrell from Buford is a monster in all three phases of the game. At safety, he's got range, explosiveness, insane closing speed, and then at running back, small crease, and he's just absolutely gone. One of those players that, like I said, can impact the game in all three phases, with offers from Arkansas, Florida, Maryland, Oklahoma, just to name a few. But you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from the superstar himself, one of the baddest athletes, regardless of class. 2027 athlete Jameer Cantrell. How's it going, bro?
It's going good. It's going good.
So let's get right into it, because you're a multi-sport athlete, and that's not always easy, balancing playing multiple sports, recruiting, visits, camps, 7-on-7, working out. How is it balancing being a multi-sport athlete and dealing with recruiting and everything that comes with it?
It's really not that bad. Our coaches at Buford, we do a good job of balancing it for like during the school day when we talk to the coaches and then coaches come, and then after school, even at track practice, coaches still come, let us talk to them and things like that.
And then, so being from Buford, you're a part of a winning culture, a championship culture. They turn out fantastic athletes and fantastic young men. How much do you feel like you've evolved as a player and as a person since joining Buford?
I think ever since I've been going to Buford my whole life, and like just being in this area, this culture has been great through my whole life. It's brought so much in for me. It's just it's really family around here.
And then playing that safety position, true freshman safety right now at Georgia, played his tail off this past year, KJ Bolden. How much pride do you take knowing you're playing that same position, that a guy that was that elite and made an instant impact at Georgia is playing?
It's great knowing with my freshman year last year, learning so much stuff from him, learning how to just like move around, be rangy, learn the defenses and stuff like that, like he did.
If I could ask you something that's not football related or not on the field related that you did learn from watching him and his journey, what would that be?
His leadership, the way he just leads so well, and then like how he has his can-do attitude all the time.
And then you got to see offers come in from him. You got to see the interest, and then it became your turn. So I gotta ask, what was it like when you got that very first offer, bro? What was the moment and the feeling like when that offer came through?
It was great. It was an exciting day for me and the family. It was a great day. It was right after track practice too. It was a great day.
And that's not a bad way to get one. And then when your first one is an SEC offer from Arkansas, that has to be even more special. When you talk about explosive defensive players or just explosive athletes in general, one's mind goes to the SEC first. How much pride do you take when you know that first offer was from Arkansas, a school that's going to pride themselves on elite athletes?
It was great. I mean, if they look, they found the true talent in Buford.
That has to be cool too, because as your star shines, other stars shines too. So Oklahoma comes see you, they see somebody else. I would imagine in that locker room, y'all all take pride in when you see your boy get an offer like that.
Yeah, we all support one each other. We all like get hyped for each other when somebody gets an offer. It's one big family.
And then let's say in the SEC, I mentioned them, so let's get into it. That offer from Oklahoma, again, that's a school. When you think about football and defensive football, you think about Oklahoma. What was it like getting that offer from the Sooners?
It was great. I got to meet Coach Murray, DeMarco Murray. It was great. It was a great time, great talk.
How cool is that to be able to talk to a guy like DeMarco Murray that did it in all those levels? So he was a high school running back at one point. He was recruited. He went through the same process you're going through. So he can relate to you in ways that some coaches can. How cool is that, having a coach you can relate to that was in your shoes just 10, 15 years ago?
It's amazing. he can teach me a lot to be exclusive, learn offenses and stuff like that. He can teach me a lot. It's amazing to be recruited by him.
And then we gonna stay in the SEC because the SEC been on your boy heavy. The Florida Gators down there in the swamp got the offer. When we talk about Florida in the swamp, that is an electric atmosphere, a legendary atmosphere. What was it like today? You got that offer from the Florida Gators.
It was great. It was so I had talked to the head coach Billy Napier there late with it a little bit, and then when we got to lunch, my recruiting coach he had came to me at lunch. He was like, "I have some news that I haven't even told you yet today. The head coach of Florida has offered you today." And then it was a great day from there. And then the offers started rolling in that day. That's when Oklahoma came and stuff like that day. It was just great.
What is that feeling like, Jameer? Because I know this is something you've worked for your entire life, and grinding for, staying up late, doing an extra rep, doing a couple of extra reps, lifting when no one's asking you to, working when no one's asking you to. What is it like when that hard work starts paying off and the offers start coming through hot and heavy like that?
It's a great feeling, but it's always you gotta know the job's not done. You always gotta keep working. You gotta keep striving, fully
Where
get what
does that that's a mature way of looking at it, bro. That is a very mature, grounded way of look. Because some players get high on recruiting, where they start to believe their own hype. But even with those offers coming through, your first thought is, all right, that just means what I'm doing is working. I got to keep doing more of that. I got to stay focused. Where does that mature way of handling it come from?
I mean, it comes from my family always supporting me, telling me I gotta keep working and go hard. It's either go hard or go home, but I always gotta keep working.
I know they be lit at football games, y'all. We getting into it. I know they be on one during football games. So I'm gonna ask you a hard question, bro, because you do a little bit of everything. If I asked you game on the line, what would you rather do to help your team win? 60-yard run, pick six, or a return for a touchdown. Which would be more enjoyable for you?
60-yard run. Just let them know that I really do this.
What is it about running back that's always felt like home for you? Because you look very much like a natural at running back. A lot of times when we see athletes, they really specialize in one position. They're just athletic enough to play other positions. But when we see you at safety, you look like a true DB. When we see you at running back, you have the smoothness, you have the vision, you have the patience, then the burst. What is it about running back that's always felt natural for you?
I mean, it's always felt natural how I can always make the first guy miss and then always break a couple of tackles with that, and then just always been fast and then exclusive and being able to get in between the tackles and get out.
And then on defense, the range and the physicality. What came first? Did you always play both ways, or was running back first and then DB?
I was as a kid growing up in little league. I always played running back, linebacker, corner. I was all over the field. I was just all over the field making plays, trying to do what else the best I can for the team.
And then when you see somebody with your kind of speed at DB and the ball skills, you would assume, all right, but he's probably not a hitter. He's probably not too physical. Bro, you get your nose dirty like nobody else in the run game, coming downhill like an extra linebacker in the box. How much do you feel like the physicality, your explosiveness, and your run stuffing ability goes overlooked a little bit?
I mean, I feel like it gets overlooked a little bit, but I mean, there's still some more I can bring to the table in the run fit.
And that your ability to diagnose too when there's a screen, when there is a run, there is no hitching your step. There is foot in the ground and go. That tells me that film study has to play a huge part in your preparation. How much is film study a big part of your game?
I mean, it's a big part of the team. We always got to watch film, be ready to go, learn the teams, like their schemes, learn what they do a lot.
And what are those practices like at Buford? Because it's dogs on both sides of the football. What is that atmosphere like? The stuff that we don't get to see, the competitive one-on-ones. What is that like at practice?
It's really competitive. It's really best on best. Like you're going against the best people in the nation all year. it's really it's really competitive at practices.
Do you feel like that gives you a leg up, like when it is time for you to step onto a college campus as a true freshman? The fact that you've dealt with 4-star, 5-star, 3-star in a program that is preparing you for the next level, you feel like that's going to give you a leg up when you do step on a college campus?
Yeah, because it gives me the work, like gives me extra DB. It gives me the work to guard like college level DB or wide receivers at a high school level that people are going to college to make big plays in college themselves.
Yeah, I would imagine when you're a true freshman, it's first person to drill. You're gonna be up first because you're like, nah, I'm used to competition. I might as well go first. Like I'm not a stand in the back kind of person. You don't become a starter at Buford being a stand in the back kind of person. I would imagine all of y'all have that mentality where you want to be the guy. So for someone that gets it done at an elite level on both sides of the ball, who are some of the players you like to study? Who are some of the players you look up to?
For offense, I look up to Alvin Kamara, B. John Robinson, Saquon, and then my favorite running back of all time was Bo Jackson as a kid. And then as of DB, I looked up to Jalen Ramsey. For safeties, I looked up to Derwin James, Ed Reed, rangy safeties in general. Like I watch a lot of their film, see like how they play, get around.
Those are the that's a hell of a number of safeties. So you as you're nano one by one, I'm like, okay, I see it. Okay, I see the all right. I see the transition in your game from the guys you like watching. Then as a running back, with someone with your speed, you would assume you're just a speed guy, but physical runner in between the tackles, like you said, first guy is never gonna get you, and you keep them legs moving after contact. Very physical runner. You feel like that's a part of the game that you love is that physicality, that ability to get the 4 tough yards too.
Yeah, I love the first contact. It gets the blood going all the time. Like it means like, oh yeah, I'm here. I'm ready to go. You better be ready to go too.
That first dude never gets you. That's a want-to thing, I would imagine, bro. The fact that you not let out DB, DT, linebacker, I don't care who you are. If it's the first person, you're not getting me to the ground.
Nah, can't. This is
And
how I always been. Never let the first person get me.
and then the patience, Jameer. Like, so again, when we see somebody with elite track speed, we would assume, oh, he hit the hole and go. But you also have the patience to set up your blocks, to wait for a crease to open up. When did you become a patient runner? Because a lot of times with elite speed, the patience comes a little bit later.
I mean, I've always been a patient runner, and since Little League, I mean, it's just always been that way. I can always switch it up when it's time to go to hit the hole. I can hit the hole, or when I have to be patient, let my block settle. I let my block settle.
The versatility at DB too is something I have to mention because we see the single high, we see the incredible range, we see you inside of the box, we see you in man coverage. How much pride do you take in being that versatile DB that can do a little bit of everything, where your defensive coordinator can put you anywhere in the secondary?
I mean, it feels great being able to be a rangy safety and cover ground, and then make plays on top of that at a big level of high school.
And let's go back to some of these offers because I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up some of these. Let's go to the ACC. We went down the SEC gauntlet. Now we're in the ACC. Getting that offer from Maryland recently. What was that day like when the Maryland Terps shot that offer?
It was during spring ball going into my sophomore year. It was a quick talk between me and the coach, and then I went through practice, and then after practice, my recruiting coach told me that Maryland had offered, and it was a great day that day as well.
The patience here is insane. This is Le'Veon Bell like that ability to wait, keep your feet moving, let the block set up, then find the crease and go. That is next level. And then the vision. Have you always had that vision, bro, where you can see a few steps ahead, like the game is moving a little bit slower for you?
Yes, sir. I've always had that vision. I just feel like even like in elementary school or recess and stuff, I always had that vision where I could just see where everything play out.
When did the game start slowing down? Like, do you remember that moment for you, even if it was when you were young, Pop Warner, or early in high school? Do you remember when you hit the field and you realized, like, everyone moving a little bit slower than me?
It was it was like it was like halfway through the season of my 6U season where like I was like, "Oh, I could really like I could really take far with this." Like it was so like it felt so good. I scored my first touchdown like halfway through the season and just never stopped from there. I always average 3 or 4 touchdowns a game ever since then.
And then playing against elite competition in high school, it's a gauntlet for y'all. Yeah, every week it ain't no easy competition on that Buford schedule. How much pride do you take in that and knowing, look, we don't ain't no layup games at Buford. Every week we're playing somebody that's got somebody's D1 quarterback, defensive end, offensive lineman. You're going against the best of the best every week.
It's a great feeling knowing that you got to come out there and compete on the field, and then it's just great knowing that like the type of competition you're going against now is that the type of competition you're going to be going against later in college and stuff like that.
I would imagine that that's why the offers are what they are. And we're going to talk about another one in the ACC, Pitt, a gritty team. When you think about Pitt, you think about toughness, you think about defense, you think about running the football, you think about some of the fantastic running backs that's come out of there. What was that like getting that offer from Pitt?
It was great. It was right after geometry class.
Oh, that's live.
I got called, I got called out of class to talk to Pitt, and then we had a great talk to the coach for a little bit, and then he had offered me. It was a great day.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up this one because one of your former teammates went there true freshman year, was absolutely amazing. Getting that Nebraska offer and getting to see what Dylan Raiola was able to do as a true freshman there, that had to be awesome. Obviously, having a relationship with him, but on a personal level, how cool was that getting that Big Ten offer from Nebraska?
It was great. I felt good. The first thing I did was text Dylan. I was like, "Wow, it's time to go." It was a great
how
feeling.
How excited do y'all get? Because I would imagine y'all are used to it at this point. Y'all knew KJ was gonna be like that. Y'all weren't surprised. Like y'all are not gonna be surprised to see Mantrez Walker do his thing next year. But what is it like in that locker room to get to see your boys that you knew grinded hard, not just make it to the D1 level, but be impactful as freshmen at the D1 level?
It's great. It's great being around people like that who just like you want to work hard and be great and do something good for their family and like make it big for themselves.
So now you're gonna be in that position next year where kids are gonna be watching you now. They're gonna be looking at you. They're gonna be like, all right, so if Jameer did this, I'm supposed to do this. I'm trying to get 28 when he leaves. I want to see if I can get his gloves. What is that like becoming a leader in the locker room?
It's great becoming a leader in the locker room. Get to demonstrate and show like how this is the way to do it, and then ultimately be a great team for Buford.
That has to be a weird experience because you go from the person asking somebody for their gloves to now someone's tugging on you like, what? Hey, can I have your gloves? You're like, what? Mine. I didn't. But for those young guys out there, for those the kids in Pop Warner, for the ones in 8th grade watching, like I said, going, I want to be the next 28. What would be your advice for a young athlete out there that's looking at you get the Maryland offers and the Pitts and Nebraskas wanting to be the next Jameer? What would your advice be to them?
My advice would be keep your head down, work hard, stay good in the classrooms, and just work hard. You be ready to go and work hard.
How much pride you take in that too, and being an elite student athlete? When you hear that, a lot of times it's a phrase that's thrown around a lot, but I know because I know a lot of your teammates. I know that program, they take that very seriously. I know you got to be just as elite. Look at look at him say he like, bro. I know you got to be just as elite in the classroom as you are on the field. And that shows when the offers come through. That means when they look up those transcripts, they see, oh yeah, he gets it done on both levels. How much pride do you take in being a true student athlete?
I take a lot of pride in that. Like after schools or hard days of track practice and weightlifting, come home and have to get knock out my homework. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but I just ultimately have to do it. Keep my grades up.
That leads me to my favorite question to ask y'all. Because when it comes to hard work, I know y'all are some of the hardest working young men on the planet, and specifically, I know you are, especially because you're a multi-sport athlete. So you got speed training with track, like you said. What this is one day off, y'all. By the way, for people in the chat, like this is what he back to work tomorrow. This is his only day off. On those hard days, bro, when you're tired, you're sore, you had to stay up late studying for a test, and you got to keep on going. You got to keep pushing your body to go. What's that why that keeps you moving on those days when your body tells you it might not be able to go no more?
My why of to keep going is to, do something good for my family. Like, the only person in my family to ever make it out was Timothy Wansley, my uncle. So like, it's like I gotta be the next one to do it. So I gotta work hard and keep going.
What is that like for the family, for the support staff when they see the Maryland come through, when they see Pitt come through, when they see the Flyers from Georgia, Georgia Tech, when there's that interest, when they get to see that hard work that's paying off from you? What is that like for the support staff? How are they on those days when those offers come through?
They just really they remind me how proud they are of me, and to keep working hard and just say they always say themselves, this is not the end of the road. You gotta keep working.
I know that has to be so awesome because I know they've heard you say this for years. Like, nah, listen, I'm going D1. So they probably like, of course we believe in you. And then it like, hold up, Maryland calling, like, hold on, man. He in geometry. We got to pull him out of class because somebody coaches are coming to the school to come see you. That has to be incredibly rewarding because like I said, the work you guys do in the shadows, nobody sees. Yeah, they see the pick six, they see the 60-yard touchdown run, they see the big hits, but they don't see the work that you have to put in Monday through Thursday, staying up late, doing an extra rep, staying after practice. So it is so awesome to see that being paid off, seeing those offers come through, seeing these other colleges see that same elite talent and value in you. I say it all the time. You can't build championship culture without championship athletes. It does not work that way. You need individuals that are elite on the field, but that are elite young men too. So when those offers are coming through, that's that stamp that Jameer is not just a great football player, but he's an asset to our program as well. So I had to give you that shout out for the support staff. I know they have to love that.
Yeah, they do. They love it. It's a great feeling.
So for all of us, my school included, that send the offer, please. For all of us, we're all gonna be on this journey with you, but let us know where we can follow you on Instagram and Twitter, because I know Pitt fans, Maryland fans, they gonna start blowing me up. Florida fans, they go, what's his Twitter, what's his Instagram? So let them know where they can follow you and keep up with you next year.
On Twitter, they're both my Instagram and Twitter are the same username. Is Jameer Cantrell 34. It's the same thing, and yeah, it's my social
Smart. Made
media.
them the same. I'm gonna link both of them in the description so you can click those, go straight to his page and follow him and his huddle. Because what I love what they'll do with his huddle is they'll break them down game by game too. So y'all gonna see next year somebody on the schedule. You're gonna go, oh, I want to see Jameer play them. I want to see how you do against them. Arkansas fans are gonna be like, look, I got to keep up with him. So I'll make sure all that is in the description. So all of you, even the ones that we did not name from the schools that are on him, make sure you're following him. Make sure you keep up with him next year. Do you have any personal goals for next season?
Uh, I have I have a personal. My main goal is to get all the way to the state championship, and you should finally get one in a while. It's been a while since Buford has gotten the ring, but my also other goal is I want to see the whole team eat and play together. Team bonding was a big thing of the last year's team. We did something that no other team could do last year, and we became one big family for real. And then we got far with that in the third round when we fell short.
And y'all are a very young team, like especially on defense. There's a lot of 27 guys on that defense. How much do you feel like that brotherhood, that coming together set the foundation for what this Buford team is going to be on this upcoming season? Because that is important, building that brotherhood.
It's just we build in the brotherhood. We all stand close. We don't really argue a lot. If we argue, it's like all right, bro, you right. It's like we gonna get it right, and then we gonna keep going forward from that.
Yeah, y'all gonna be dangerous. I feel bad for everybody on that schedule. When you got this many elite athletes and they ain't arguing with each other, like y'all are checking egos at the door, bro, that's a different level of brotherhood. Because usually everybody want to get there. So I think it is important that y'all came together and realized, look, bro, we can be elite if we do this together. We're all elite individually, but nobody's gonna be able to stop us if I'm my brother's keeper and I'm looking out for the person on my right and my left. That's absolutely dangerous. That's gonna be crazy. So look, we all pulling up next year for this. We cannot wait to see what this defense and this offense looks like. Anytime the games are streamed, send me the link. I'll tweet it out. This way, all these fan bases that are following you, that are hoping they get your commitment, can pull up and show you support next year.
Sir, yes, sir.
And then after next year, when you accomplish that goal, when you got that big old fat ring on the finger, we're going to have you back on here so we can sit down and watch next year's film and talk about how y'all dominated for another season and brought that state championship to Buford.
Yes, sir.
Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Go follow Jameer now. Do not wait till y'all see him make visits and get more off. You're like, oh, hey, what's his Twitter? His Twitter is in the description. Click it and go follow him right now on Instagram and Twitter. Go show him love and go watch that huddle. You are going to enjoy it. Trust me, bro. I wish you nothing but good health and success this next year.
Sir,
I hope y'all get that ring. I hope you get
sir.
10 picks and 10 touchdowns, fam.
Sir. Working for it.
Y'all like, share, and subscribe. 10 and 10. I'm putting it in the atmosphere now. Sometimes you got to speak positivity into the world and good things happen. 10 and 10, bro.
Sir. We hope it happens. We hope it happens.
Yes, sir. And I think, like I said, I speak for every school that's on that list and the ones that are not on that list, mine in particular, that we are all hoping that we land you. So I cannot wait to see what the recruiting journey looks like for you next year and in a couple months. Every time I come on my Twitter, it's a new offer. So I know the offer list is going to be pretty crazy in 6 months, but I wish you nothing but good health and success, man. I cannot wait to see you do your thing next year.
Sir, thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all go follow him right now. We out.